haven't made a video in a while because I was working on other videos. I actually had a thing that I was working on right now, and it's the video essay that I made, which if you haven't watched so far, go watch it. It got pretty good critical reception in the sense that a lot of people watched it than they normally do, and they liked it, I think, according to the thumbs up and the comments, maybe. I hope. I don't know. I think people liked it, and I'm kind of happy with how it went. There's so much more that I want, and I suck at editing, and also it was not easy. It was punishing to do the editing for me. It took a long amount of between 8 and 10 hours to edit that thing because I'm bad at it and I'm slow, and that's probably not a lot, even because video editing takes forever. But yeah, I did it. I put it out. People like it. I'm happy. I'm really, really happy about it, and I want to make more, but it's hard. And I got excited and I started writing 2 different scripts about 2 different subjects. One of them very, very relevant right now, and it's about Evolve, which just became free to play, and there's a lot to talk about there. And the other one is about a different subject. The problem is that with the one about Evolve, one of the channels, the Jimquisition, which I follow, that makes these types of video essays, I follow a bunch of them. Out of the top of my head, it's Super Bunny Hop and Errant Signal and the Jimquisition. I love all 3 of them. They're fantastic. They do different things, but they're very, very interesting, and they talk concisely about video games. And Jim is more about current events and news a little bit more, and the other 2 channels are more really sometimes hardcore reviews and talking about the game itself and what it does in terms of a design and what it tries to do. I like all of those, and all of those inspire me to make video essays of my own, which I wanted to do for such a long time, and now I finally have. Yay. So I wanted to write this one about Evolve, and then Jim comes out and makes it, because he usually makes one about current events. And you know, I need like a month to make one of these, and it takes a long amount of time, and hopefully I'll have a friend who'll be able to do the video editing from now on, looking forward. Maybe, I don't know, I haven't talked to him enough yet. He needs to get back to me. But it's still going to take a long amount of time for me, because I'm just starting out making these, so it takes a long amount of time. So for Jim, though, he has a crew, and he's been doing it for such a long amount of time that he can make it in a week or even a few days when he needs to. And so he put out a video talking about Evolve, talking about most of the things that I want to talk about. Most of them. Now, he focused on the becoming free-to-play, which is a major part. I mean, there's 2 things to talk about here. One is becoming free-to-play, and the second is about the design of the game. And he doesn't really talk about the design of the game. He talks about the market trends and how these things work, and it's part of what I wanted to talk about. And he kind of already did it. Now, I know there's not necessarily cross-pollination in terms of everybody who watches me watches him, but there's a good chance that yes. And in general, I want to add to the discussion that's already happening. I don't want to do the exact same thing. It feels kind of like, I know that I shouldn't, and it shouldn't matter, but it does to me. I don't want to make a video that he already made in a way. So there's 2 things there's a couple of things that I could do that I'm thinking about. First of all, if there's something that's current events and somebody's already talked about it, I could always just make a short video, a vlog, like I'm doing right now, which is just me talking to the camera, telling you what I feel, how I feel about the subject, in short form without going too much in depth into it. For example, in terms of Evolve, good move, just good move. I mean, it released with 42, I've already done some research, 42 pieces of DLC when it came out. What the hell? It's a free-to-play game that cost money and had DLC and season passes like crazy, and now it became free-to-play. Good freaking job. Took you a year. And I was actually really surprised when a friend told me that it's becoming free-to-play, because I thought it was dead, because it was dead. But instead of abandoning the game, they decided to, screw it, let's turn it free to play and change the gameplay a bunch to make it a better game. And that's fantastic and really, really cool. So I could, that's my input on that. So I could do that, which I just did, which is good. And I could also focus on the things that Jim didn't focus about, which is talking about, instead of rehashing the discussion about turning free to play, I could talk about the design of the game, which also changed drastically. And it's actually really, really interesting because it's such a unique game. It's an asymmetric game. That's unique unto itself. You know, when you usually just have, you make a multiplayer game and, okay, let's do the same thing and then diverge a little bit. This does +1 damage and this was +1 range, and then they're still kind of balanced. Here, you're playing different games, like the Monster and the Hunters. This is a third-person action game, and this is a team-based FPS. It's really cool to talk about from a design perspective, and it's such a difficult task to balance, which is why it took them such a long time to get to somewhere that's a little bit better than what they had before. I don't really know. I haven't played it enough to say. But I could talk about those subjects, which I just did, and that's part of what I was going to talk about. But yeah, I could talk about these things, and that's good, and that's interesting, and that's cool, and it adds to the discussion. The other thing that I could do is not to talk about them. And I could try and focus on things that aren't maybe current events or specifically relevant right now, but things that I've always wanted to talk about and are just interesting design things or things in games and things that make you think, and that's kind of what I want to do. And I'm inspired by these people that make the video essays, things like what they do, maybe not necessarily about current events, just about something that I like to talk about and not care about anything else. So I don't know if I'll make a video about Evolve. I might make a video about something else. I already have a script, so I might just go in that direction. In any case, more of these will come, but it will take them a long amount of time, because once again, I suck, and that's about it. It'll take a long amount of time as I get used to making these, but I definitely enjoy them. If you've joined the channel and you're watching this right now just because of that, then more will come, but it'll take a long amount of time, and with that, I also make other videos, so hopefully you'll stay for these, like these type of videos where I talk in front of the camera for a long amount of time pretty quickly, and hopefully you could keep up with yeah, somebody actually mentioned that even in the video I was talking too fast, and I was trying to pace myself, man. I was trying. Just watch it on, you know, I mentioned a while ago that you could watch videos sped up. You could watch them slow down as well if I talk too fast. Now I'm condescending. Don't do that. That's stupid. I'm sorry. Just jokes. So, yeah, more videos will come. It'll take an amount of time. Evolve is fantastic. If we are talking about that, I didn't make vlogs for a while because I wanted to talk about Duelyst, and I was making a video about Duelyst. So I'm not going to make a vlog telling you Duelyst is fantastic. I'm going to make a video. So I made the video. Now that I made the video, Duelyst is fantastic and you should play it. I could gush about that game for a while, but I cannot tell you how much I'm enjoying it. It is fantastic. 10 to 15 minute games, and I could just play it, and it's really good. I'm gonna stop here. I'm just gonna say it's really good. So you should go play it, cause it's good. Okay? Yes. Okay. Wow, 7 minutes. Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.